I am Darius Sugarless, Crystal's your sugar-free destination of YouTube. And today we're talking about keto ice cream and why I don't make keto ice cream. And anymore, cause okay, like if you look back in some of my videos, you'll see I have popsicles and I do have some ice creams, but I don't do it anymore. This was a long time ago, especially when I made my advancements when it comes to how well I make my keto desserts. We're not gonna talk much about it. I'm gonna dive right into my reasons why I don't make keto ice cream anymore. In the sense of, for the channel, why I don't make the recipes anymore. Clearly I still eat it. And I will recommend some brands at the end of the video as well. One of the main reasons I don't make it anymore is too easy to overeat. Think about it. When you get a pint of ice cream out of the store, technically you're only supposed to eat about a half a cup out of there. And then you always end up eating the entire pint. Like, which is, I don't want to say it's an issue. You may not even care simply because if you got it, I mean, you just want to relax and you just want to enjoy a treat. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Personally, when I look at a keto dessert, I save my keto desserts for like my cheat days because I don't want to have to worry about calories. I don't want to have to worry about overeating. You know, if I'm sitting here and I'm placing myself at, let's say, 1,700, 1,800 calories in one day, I don't want to have to try to squeeze a cookie in there, you know, just to get the flavor of the cookie. No, I'd rather save it for a refeed day when I can have 3,000 calories and I can really just enjoy myself. But ice cream is still very hard, especially when you make it yourself. Now, it may be easier if you just do a half of cup. That might be the wisest thing to do, to be honest, if you do want to make it yourself, which will lead me to a factor that I want to speak on later on as well. Now, one main reason I don't make ice cream myself, another reason I don't make ice cream is because they don't keep well. When you do ice cream at home by yourself, you just make ice. If you try to save it, you just make ice. The fats are gonna separate from everything else when you try to melt it down. And you know, I look at food bloggers and I'm like, y'all know this. Like, why do y'all keep, I guess because people keep clicking, and clicking means money. So I get it, but me, I'm all about, I mean, this is like the dessert destination. Now, I'm all about high quality food. Like, not only does I want to make desserts that taste amazing, I want them to be textured amazing, and I want them to last just as well. When you go back and you eat the next day, I want it to be just as good. Now, some things in context, that's hard to happen, but for most things, especially when you're dealing with like cookies and stuff, they should be just as good the next day as they were the first day. But with ice cream, if you pay attention to the ingredient list on the back of most pints you get out of the store, they have so many different stabilizers in them. They have K-Rip gum, they have xanthan gum, and they have gar gum. They use all three of these things. Not to mention they put a little sugar in it too, but that's another story. But these stabilizers, the gums, and then they also use egg yolks, which help keep the ice cream together when you freeze it and you unfreeze it. When you unfreeze ice cream, I actually spoke with the farmer that I get my food from locally, and I asked him about heavy cream. I said, well, do you freeze the heavy cream like you do everything else? He says no. He said because you don't, when you unfreeze it, he said the fats and the fats separate from the proteins, and he said it never comes back together correctly, which led me to think, oh my God, that's what happens when I make ice cream. When you unfreeze it, it's separating and it's not coming back together. That's why they put stabilizers in it. Eureka! I figured it out. I figured out why it's not working. So then my next thing was, okay, so what do I need to do with my recipes to make these happen? Well, K-Rip gum is not expensive, but it's not cheap. It's expensive because you don't need much. Like, even an 1/8 of teaspoon is like quite a bit inside of 1 cup of ice cream. Like, you need like a whole tub. Like, it's ridiculous. I guess that they use it and they make so many other stabilizers in it, but K-Rip is like the best one when it comes to holding everything together as far as ice cream goes. In order for you to freeze it and unfreeze it, freeze it and unfreeze it, and even doing so with regular pipes like Halo Top, it's still, after a while, if you pay attention, when you continue to freeze it and unfreeze it, each time you unfreeze it, it doesn't really mold back together properly. And don't let it melt completely. When you put it back in, it's over for it. It'll never be the same. Now, I've down talked ice cream, but I am not against fresh homemade ice cream that you eat right after you finish churning it. I'm not a fan for sticking it in the refrigerator. I'm not. But if you have an ice cream maker, I have one myself. If you look at my previous videos, you'll see them. And I'll put a couple of those in the card and in the description box for you guys if you want to just view them. I wouldn't recommend them as far as the ones that are churned. Those are great. Make those, eat them fresh. Just don't freeze them. Just don't freeze them. Jesus Christ. Please don't freeze them. But no, I'm all for fresh ice cream being made and you eating it after it's done churning. It is wonderful. Like, now that is quite amazing, to be honest. I'm all for those things. Now, if you don't have an ice cream maker, some brands to look at. Now, I'll link below. I actually have a post of me ranking Enlightened's all their flavors. Unless they have new flavors by the time this video is seen, I have tried every last Enlightened flavor that exists. Do you think they send me any free ones? No. I've bought 27 pints. Alright, I won't rant. I won't rant. Because I feel some type of way about that. Because they know me. They know me. They have seen me. I've spoken with them. Anyway, I'm not against Enlightened. Enlightened is not keto friendly. And neither is Halo Top. But they're far more keto friendly than Ben & Jerry's. Far more keto friendly than Haagen-Dazs. Or anything that Edy's makes. I think Edy's and Breyers, they do no sugar added. But it may just be a low sugar and not a no sugar. The Halo Tops and the Enlightened, if you just eat the serving size, they're fine. But as I said earlier, who really eats the serving sizes of the ice creams? Like, I know I don't. But some brands that are made specifically for keto, Rebel Creamery, Killer Way. I've been seeing Wink. I haven't dug into it too much, but I would definitely check those out. The thing with Rebel and Killer Way is they're not in all stores. Like, I'm in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. There's no Rebel or Killer Way around here anywhere. I've been to Orlando. I didn't see any down there either. Not saying there isn't now. And I was just in Richmond not too long ago at Whole Foods where I didn't see any there either. Maybe in like the bigger cities like LA and New York, maybe they're there. I don't know. But if you order ice cream is very, very expensive. The cheapest route would probably be to simply, by the time you pay $40 or $50 just to have it shipped to you, you can buy yourself an ice cream maker. And to make homemade ice cream, just a quickie, like a little bit of maybe almond milk, majority heavy cream. You might not even need the almond milk in there, to be honest. But a majority heavy cream and the sweetener and a little bit of vanilla, like, oh man, it's gonna be better than you think it is. Especially if you've been dieting, you haven't had any sweets in a while. Trust me, you can thank me later. It's gonna be rather loose, but I promise you, taste-wise, it will be on point. That is all I got to say about keto ice cream today. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We are the channel for keto desserts, okay? I'm about making the sugary things straight up. I am Darius. This is Sugarless Crystals, your sugar-free destination of YouTube. And I will see you guys next time.